Hey guys, Nintendrew here. A few months ago, I made a video showing off this reproduction cartridge of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest for Nintendo 64, and since then tons of repros have been showing up on sites like AliExpress and eBay. However, although NES and Super Nintendo reproduction cartridges have been pretty accessible for the average hobbyist for years, Nintendo 64 repros have remained a bit of a mystery. Until now. Today I'm going to show you a really amazing piece of tech which can write custom ROMs to physical media for use on real Nintendo 64 hardware. You won't need any soldering or any special skills or technical knowledge or anything, and really the whole process couldn't be simpler. So without further ado, let's check it out. Alright, so before we get started, I have to give a huge shout out to a fellow YouTuber, John Riggs. Without his recent video on Nintendo 64 repros, I would have never been introduced to this tech. After seeing his review, I just wanted to make my own to really drive home how simple this is, to get the information out to as many people as possible, and because I think the developers of this device deserve as much praise and attention as they can get. So here it is. This is the Nintendo 64 Blaster board from RetroStage.net, and this is your key to making Nintendo 64 reproductions at home. RetroStage has developed this board along with the Retro Blaster Programmer to allow anyone to write custom ROMs to a working cartridge within minutes. Both the Blaster Programmer and the 64 Blaster board are available on their website at RetroStage.net, and I will link to that page in the description below. Once you've written the ROM of your choice to this board, all you have to do is pop it in a cartridge, plug it in your 64, and you're good to go. So let's check out the process of using the Retro Blaster Programmer to write a ROM to the board. To get started, you'll want to download the Retro Blaster software. Included with the software will be a few prerequisite frameworks that you will need in a folder titled Install First, so go ahead and make sure each of them has been installed before we begin. Once the software is installed, plug the programmer into any available USB port and open the main Retro Blaster program. Next, let's select the ROM we want to write to the board. For this example, I'm going to be using a fan-translated version of Animal Crossing for N64, a Japan-exclusive title. Included with the Retro Blaster software is a separate program called Tool64. Before we write the ROM to the board, we want to make sure the ROM is in the right format. Open Tool64, point the software to your ROMs folder, and right-click the target ROM file. Choose the Big Endian option to convert the ROM to the proper format. Once finished, close Tool64. Now we need to make sure that we're using the right CIC chip for the ROM we want to use. For those who don't know, the CIC is a sort of authentication chip that Nintendo used to allow licensed games to work properly on the 64. The Blaster board has a socket for the CIC chip right here in the bottom corner. Most N64 games use the 6102 lockout chip, although some use one of the other 4 available versions. All 5 CIC chips are available for purchase individually from the RetroStage website as well. In addition, included with the Retro Blaster software is a comprehensive spreadsheet of nearly every North American N64 release, along with their respective required CIC chips. Alternatively, some emulators such as Project 64 can tell you which CIC chip to use for any given ROM. Once you've figured out which chip you need, just pop it in the board. Make sure that the small circle-shaped divot in the chip is facing the direction of the center of the board. Okay, last step. Now all we have to do is actually write the ROM to the board. Plug the N64 Blaster board into the programmer, and press Initialize in the Retro Blaster program to start the connection process. Once complete, click Erase to make sure no data remains on the board before the new ROM is written. Once that's done, choose Write, and select the ROM we converted earlier. After just a few minutes, the process will be complete and you can press Disconnect to remove the board from the programmer. That's it! Now we have a working Animal Crossing reproduction for Nintendo 64. As we saw before, just pop it in your 64 and have fun. Okay guys, that's about it. If you've made it this far, I really hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, please consider subscribing to Nintendrew for all sorts of cool gaming content, and share the video with any friends who might find it interesting. I want to thank RetroStage for sending in this N64 Blaster board and Retro Blaster Programmer. It's a great little device, and I have been very impressed with how easy it is to use. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, here are a couple more videos you might like as well. I also want to let you know I've launched a Patreon page. If you enjoy my content and would like to get early access to my videos, as well as some other exclusive rewards, feel free to head over there and check it out. See you next time!